See you, testing lab. All right, I am excited for today. Welcome to the 𝗦पछि𝗰𝗶𝗹 YouTube channel. My name is 𝗙𝗲𝗋. I am just now leaving the 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗹 prototyping testing facility. This is where we do a lot of our prototyping and testing of our baits. But I grabbed a couple goodies from the lab, the big bait wall we have in the lab here, and I am going out for a very early spring pre-spawn bass mission. The ice just left the ponds a couple days ago. I want to say this week we have a big warming trend for Chicago this time of year, but it's 55 degrees, it's sunny, we have a strong south wind right now, and these pond bass should be eating lipless crankbaits, light finesse jigs. I'm going to be joined today with Ryan Whitaker from Tight Rope Jigs. The mission for the day is very simple. We're going to attack a few different ponds and just pond hop from pond to pond with two different baits, primarily the Bowspawn Rattlebot, brand new lipless crankbait, and also the Baby Fireworks Super Jig. They're going to be biting one or the other, either lipless crankbait or the finesse jig. We will find out. Come along. Greetings, Ryan. I come with presents. You like the tackle box?
What do you got there?
A little birdie told me you would need a red rattlebot.
Yeah, that's a smart bird.
Smart bird.
Smart bird you're talking to. Thank you, sir.
We are here, Ryan. Here's the pond.
Here we are. There are bait fish.
Yeah, there's little... So one thing we noticed right off the bat, I'm going to show you guys a couple clips. I actually took a short video from my iPhone the other day and sent it to Ryan. This pond was, as you guys can see, like a good 90% of the way iced over. But it's been really warm, really windy the last couple days. Water's kind of high, but we're seeing some bluegills popping in the shallows. So that's good. So a lot of times in the very early spring, when you get like warm, sunny weather, that's oftentimes going to be accompanied with a strong like south or west wind if you live up here in like the Midwest or the North. And that's what we got today. Look, we're on the, what side of the pond are we on? I have no idea what my directions. We're on the west side of the pond. It's a west wind.
Yeah.
We are on the west side of the pond, and typically, I don't know about you, Ryan, but I've always had the best luck early spring fishing the windy side of any pond.
Teeth of the wind.
Teeth of the wind. It's going to be where the warmest water is, a lot of the most oxygenated water is, a lot of the activity is going to get pushed over to whatever side is in the teeth of the wind. Yes, Ryan and I are both starting with the Bowspawn Rattlebot. He's using just the classic, I think that's the magma color, because there are two red colors for the craw version of the Rattlebot. He's using the magma. I'm actually going with a nice little bluegill imitation here, the ruby gill, but it still has that nice bright fluorescent red on the belly to get their attention and imitate a couple different things for them. There are a couple good reasons why the lipless crankbait is really key early in the pre-spawn. I mean, it's great all through pre-spawn, but especially once that ice gets off the ponds, there are a few lures that are going to beat the lipless crankbait. A couple reasons. Number one, you can cover water really well. It has a super tight wiggle in the water. That's always a lot better than a very wide wobble when you're fishing. Usually those wider wobbles like a square bill crankbait's better for a little warmer water. But you got the very tight wiggle, good vibration. And also, I don't have any sort of scientific reasoning behind this, but like, if you want to catch your biggest bass of the year, it's probably going to be on a lipless crankbait in the pre-spawn. No idea why, but it really, really fires up those big female largemouth, and those are the ones you want this time of year. There's one. Can't tell yet, but he hit it pretty hard. Windy corner, like second cast in here. It almost looks like a smallmouth. There we go. So that's a very classic lipless crankbait bite. See how he ate it? Both treble hooks just coming up from under the bait, sitting down buried deep in that grass, getting himself a nice little bluegill meal. And this is not the pre-spawn giants that Ryan and I were just talking about, but that's a start.
But he's got the right belly.
And I'm sure he has many friends in this corner.
This is the bluegill one? Okay. So that one's got the body shapes are slightly different, right?
Yes. So these are two different models we're using. So Ryan has got the craw model, and as you can hear, if I don't hook myself too bad, it's got a one knocker in there to better imitate the sound of a crawfish using its one tail kicking through the water. This is the baitfish version. It has 5 much smaller BBs in there. This is your like classic lipless crankbait sound of a lot of rattles calling fish in. That one's just a little deeper one knocker. They serve different purposes.
Oh,
Dude, did that really just happen? That was a topwater bite.
It was. Did you see that? Oh my God.
I was like, did I really just see that?
And he came from right here. I saw him come out of this grass on the shore. Right.
Topwater bites in March. Again, guys, especially if you live in the Midwest, do not be afraid to get out fishing even though the ice just came off. These fish have been under ice, fairly dormant for 3-ish months. Even though the water's only like 40 degrees, it's still a lot warmer than what it's been the last 3 months. And since all the ice came off, all this wind is rushing so much oxygen into the water. These fish can sense spring is here. Well, it's almost here. It's not technically spring yet, is it? No, it's not the 21st. It is still winter. So the good thing about pond hopping is that if you don't like what one pond's doing, you can zoot over to the other one.
Let's do it.
Lego.
Big giant bag.
Oh, you did come ready with the snacks.
Dude, I wasn't kidding.
You have oranges, apples, bananas, Mike and Ike's, granola bars.
I got a
dried cranberries,
grilled chicken wrap I made also, because this wasn't enough. There's a banana.
a dried
Two clementines.
with a medley of dry fruits and almonds.
Yeah, and an apple. And
Snacks are always important when you're fishing from a boat or a pond, but you've taken snacks seriously with your pond missions.
special circumstances.
I saw that hook set.
I think it was really close to shore too.
Tightrope baby firework super jig to the face.
For sure.
Ryan, we're not holding true to our promise. I believe we said right after ice out, you're really not going to get many bites, but if you do, it's probably going to be big.
It's gonna happen.
It's coming. Oh, huge one. Yes. Yes. Well, huge might have been an exaggeration. A big one. I just got excited. Can't help it. It's been a while since I caught a bass in Illinois. Did this one hit it the same way the other one did, right up from the bottom? I mean, this is still a very solid pond bass in Illinois.
That's a good one.
But the same as that jigfish you caught. He was right on the edge. And as my bait was coming over the grassland, I just saw the big mouth open and engulf it.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, literally right there. So I got excited and said huge one. Very solid Illinois pond bass. And even more rewarding in 40-degree water when this pond was a solid sheet of ice just days prior. See ya, buddy. Thanks for playing. Huge one, I promise. You guys have never seen that happen in a fishing video, have you? Someone over-exaggerating a fish size? That never happens. All right, pond numero tres. Oh, someone else is fishing here? Two of them. Dude, this water is very clear. Oh, you got one. Oh, I got one. Doubles. Mine's tiny.
Okay.
Doubles.
Dude, it's just like your first one. Look at that.
Yeah, they're coming up from under it. Doubles in the wind. Wow, mine is impressive.
That's one word for it. Yeah.
This one had an impressive appetite.
I was gonna go with tiny.
Impressive's better.
I'll take a couple, 2
Cheers.
3 dozen more of those ones.
That one I didn't call out that it was big. You notice that?
Might be a big one, man.
Smoked?
Slack line, that thing like 5 feet.
Slacklined it. I like that.
Big, but he hit it really.
That's what's cool about, dude, every single one's getting both the hooks.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about the lipless crankbait bite. Most people assume that, oh, that was weird. I don't know what just happened there. Most people assume that, you know, it's right after ice out, these bass are really lethargic, and for the most part they are, but they don't, when a lipless crankbait goes by them, they're not very lethargic anymore.
No. Like one of the few baits you can still fish.
A lipless crankbait's like a pre-spawn cheat code
Yeah, it is.
in how you can fish it. Oh, nice. That one hit it hard. Are you a little bigger? Are you a little bigger? A little bit. Dude, again. Again though, like they're getting both the hooks. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. What I was just about to say, Ryan, is how do you feel about going to that original pond?
Yeah.
Trying to get one of those big ones we talked about.
Shoot for the stars?
Shoot for the stars. Because I think we could catch a ton at this pond, and that in itself is an amazing feat in super cold water.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we want
but I want Grande. I want Miss Piggy. Oh, dude, a little one just bit it at my feet. I mean, he was like 12 inches. He just barely nipped onto the back treble hook of it. I'm not sure if the camera's gonna be able to pick that up, but that was funny. Oh! Nice. Nice, nice. Ryan, it was in a huge clump of weeds, just like you talked about earlier. Huge clump of weeds. I went to rip it out and this fish popped out from the clump of weeds and ate it. Now that one, you guys will definitely be able to see. I just lost that little guy right there. This one surprised me. I was not expecting that one. Another beauty pond bass for the day. Love to see it. Another good tip for you guys when you are coming out here right after ice out in the early pre-spawn is that time of day can be really, really important when you're fishing this time of year. Usually in my experience, the latter half of the day is a lot better. Ryan and I got out here at like 1:30, 2 o'clock today. Usually that later afternoon to evening bite's gonna be a lot better just because the water's a lot warmer than it's gonna be at early in the morning. Since these ponds are so small, their water temperature can vary a lot throughout the day. So if you can, it's always better to fish a little later in the day. Give that pond some time for the water temperature to creep up a bit. All right, Ryan and I were really addicted and we stayed past sunset. We did it. We did not get a 5+ pounder, but that's more than okay. We caught plenty of bass, especially given the conditions. I hope this inspired at least one of you to go out right after the ice leaves your ponds and get out for some fishing. Lipless crankbaits, finesse jigs. What else would you recommend, Ryan? Because those are really my two. I've caught, like a lipless crankbait has been my go-to once the ice gets off those ponds, like without a doubt.
Lipless crankbait, finesse jig, jerk bait.
Jerk bait, that's
some
a good
kind
one.
of jig worm, Ned worm.
Ned
worm, jig worm, whatever.
Jerkbait's another good one.
Yeah.
A lipless crankbait's an awesome option all throughout the year, but I'm telling you guys, right after ice out is when it really, really shines. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the Mr. Tackle Box YouTube channel if you want to see some more awesome videos and adventures like this. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.